Hi, my name is Carla Thompson, and today I'm doing a eulogy on a very special person to me, and his name was Carl Combs Jr. He was born on March the 6th, 1946, and he was preceded in death on April the 6th in 1998. He is survived by one daughter. Her name is Carla Jill Thompson, and one son-in-law. His name is Joseph Daniel Thompson, and three grandchildren: Colton Seth Bennett, Jillian Grace Thompson, and Jacqueline Claire Thompson. He resided in Breathitt County, Kentucky, and he has two siblings that still reside there and a brother. The person in my eulogy today is my father. I chose to use him because that's the closest and most important person to me that I've ever lost, and I felt it was important to use someone that was familiar to me. My father and I obviously had a very distinct bond. This was a very difficult subject for me to work on because I never realized how hard it is to discuss someone that you've lost and love, and how you put an entire lifetime in 6 minutes, or how you sum up all of your feelings just on a sheet of paper. One aspect I felt that was important to our relationship that I should share with all of you is I was an only child. I have two half sisters and a half brother who have a different father, but I was an only child and an only grandchild on my dad's side of the family. So needless to say, we were extremely close, and he was a very, very special person to me. There's always a certain bond between a father and a daughter that's kind of irreplaceable, and it can never be really placed into words how important a father is to a daughter and how important that relationship is. But I chose today to go over some of the things that were so special and important to me in our relationship. I'm my dad's namesake. His name was Carl Combs Jr., and mine is Carla Jill. So I was Carla after Carl, so it's just Carl with an A. Dad was someone who was very dynamic and charismatic. He was extremely funny. He was a very good cook. He loved kids. He loved animals. A special, unique feature about him was he had one blue eye and one green eye, and he had jet black hair. He was 6'4" in height and had served in the military for a short time. I really feel like when you celebrate someone's life, you just need to choose all the good and happy things and thoughts that you have about them, rather than dwell on sad or bad instances. So I have chosen to tell some of the funny things that have happened in the course of the relationship for the 21 years that I did know him. My dad smoked cigarettes, and when I was a little girl, I specifically remember he would stick a cigarette between two of my toes and smoke it. And I thought that was the funniest thing ever, and I've still to this day never forgotten about it. He smoked probably 3 packs of cigarettes a day and never quit, even with emphysema, but that's just a super funny memory I have of him. And then he always used to have nicknames for everyone. Mine was Duck, I'm sure because maybe he thought I walked like a duck or something. He always would sit and rub my feet for endless amounts of hours. And even as an adult at 36, I still like to have my feet rubbed. He wore only Brut cologne. So every time I even walk by someone and I catch a whiff of Brut cologne, I instantly think of my dad. Dad was a Christian. He was very fearful of God and loved God. He was a very good dad. He was very kind and sensitive and tender-hearted. He loved his family, and I think one of the sweetest things about him was he loved his mother very, very much. So that is the person that I chose to do my eulogy on. His life passed in a tragic car accident. It was very hard to receive that phone call from the state police, but I know at 21, with dealing with all that, it certainly makes you grow up quick, and it makes you realize very fast what's important to you. And there's a lot of stuff that goes on into planning a funeral, and I had to learn that firsthand at an early age because my parents were divorced, so I was the one that was responsible for taking care of the funeral and stuff. So I hope you enjoyed hearing some things about my dad. I hope I never have to give another eulogy, and hopefully I didn't bore you to death. But anyway, I hope you've enjoyed the experience of hearing about someone that was super duper important to me that lost their life. Thank you.